The voting process. Once you have been identified as the voter you claim to be, you would be given a ballot paper that is stamped at the back, top, and bottom halves in your presence. On the ballot paper, provision is made for you to vote twice. Once at the top section where you vote for the party or group of your choice in the proportional representation component, and once at the bottom section where you vote for the party, group, or individual of your choice in the first past the post or constituency component of the election. Make your mark in the box provided on the right of your choice. After you have voted, fold the ballot paper as shown by the election official, dip the first joint of your right index finger in the ink provided, and place the ballot paper in the ballot box that is there for this purpose. You would then have to peacefully depart the polling station. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9, 223-9653, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 9th day of November in the year 2018. Here's what we're tracking tonight. 6 passengers were injured this morning as a Fly Jamaica 757 aircraft was forced to make an emergency landing at Guyana's CJIA Airport. The flight with 120 passengers and 8 crew members on board departed Guyana for Toronto, Canada just after 2 o'clock this morning. However, less than 30 minutes into the flight, the pilot made contact with Guyana's air traffic control at the CJIA Airport, seeking permission to return. Air traffic control was told that the airplane was encountering problems with its hydraulic systems. In making the return and emergency landing, the plane overshot the recently extended runway at the airport and made its way through the perimeter fence, only coming to a stop when it encountered a heavy buildup of sand close to a ditch. Emergency crews were immediately activated and were able to get all passengers and crew members safely off the plane. News Source spoke with some of those passengers who were on board.
The plane landed and I did feel something like a brake was being put on. And then we passed the airport building. And I became more alarmed. And I was looking to see what was going to happen. But I think as we were going, we would have probably overshot the runway. And I think what the pilot did was correct. I don't know, I'm not a pilot. But he probably turned off of the concrete and went onto sand. The plane started to shudder and we went into the plane crashed into the fence, the wire fence. And then they announced to, I don't remember the exact words, something meaning to evacuate immediately. And then I got up, then he hit something else and I fell down.
The pilot said they have to turn back. There is a hydraulic problem. So he turned back and then coming I could hear the noise. And he said, prepare for landing. And then just a few minutes, the plane come down and you could hear it land good, but then it go and you feel it jockeying. And my husband said bend, so we bend. And then the next thing you know, the plane going, you hear shh. And the girls say, leave your baggage, and everybody run. They open the door. But
it's pretty scary for you guys.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very scary. My wife is a very sickly woman. Her medication is on the plane right now.
And at the airport this morning, Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson told reporters that although 6 passengers were injured, those injuries are not life-threatening. The injured passengers were rushed to the Diamond Hospital on the east bank of the Marara as the investigation into the incident was launched.
There were 6 persons who suffered minor injuries. This is on landing or exiting the aircraft, and they have been carried to the hospital by the emergency services. initial reports are that they're doing well. It's the injuries are back issues, somebody back, no, or back pains and those things like that. No reports of any broken bones or any such.
The airport was temporarily closed off following the emergency landing, but it has now been reopened. Other flights are now able to land and depart from the airport. The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority is leading the investigations. Other international aviation authorities are expected to join the probe.
As Minister, we have designated an investigator in charge of the investigation. That has been designated, so therefore that investigator from the GCIA is in charge of the site until further notice. The NTSB of the United States has been informed about the accident. They have designated a accredited rep already.
An emergency line has been established. The persons wanting to make contact with officials could do so by calling 261-2281. In a brief statement, Fly Jamaica Airways said it is assisting the passengers and crew and will support the investigations. Minister Patterson said the one bright light in the tragedy is that the airport's extended runway was able to accommodate the emergency landing, although it has not yet been put into operation.
So at least one bright spot out of very gloomy and serious situation is that they were able to utilize the runway. The runway, the extended runway, I would like to make it very clear, was not opened. Even though it was completed, it was not open for airline traffic. But because it's there, they were able to use it.
This morning's incident took place close to where a similar incident occurred a few years ago with Caribbean Airlines. There was no extended runway at the time. Once again, 6 passengers were injured this morning as a Fly Jamaica Airways flight was forced to make an emergency landing at Guyana's Cheddi-Jagan International Airport. The airplane was on its way to Toronto, Canada, when the pilot said the airplane was encountering some problems with its hydraulic system, and he turned the flight around to make that emergency landing. None of those injuries are life-threatening.
Christmas, get a loan for your dream car with an extended repayment term. Spruce up your home with that renovation you always wanted and take advantage of low or no down payment. Get new appliances so you can cook up a storm. You'll get same-day approval. Plus, you can win a getaway to a destination of your choice. Visit RepublicGuyana.com today to find out how.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Then Sunday, November 11th, it's Soca Wet Fest featuring Marsville with DJ Bling and Trevon.
I want to give it to ya. I want to give it to ya.
Plus Super Ray, one-man bands, DJ Puffy, One Voice, Kali Ras and Diamond, Notorious, DJ Papa Feeling, TRS Sound, and selector Andre and Damien. And it all goes down on Kingstown Beach, Georgetown. Pre-sold tickets only $2,000, $3,000 at the gate. Available at White Castle Fish Shop, Fireside Grill and Chill, and Grill King. Or call 680-4899 or 664-7854. Caribbean Festival 2018, sponsored by White Castle Fish Shop, Fireside Grill and Chill, Stars Party Rental, Tower Suites, 94.1, City Vibe Sports Bar and Lounge, Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, Corona, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Modelo Beer.
I want to give it to ya. Get ready to ride it, ride it. Ready to ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride the wave. Open up the new vibe, drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild, catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong, come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave, 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 wave.
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana.
Guyana, Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong, and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Welcome back. Let's tell you now that a pastor from the west coast of Demerara and one of his friends, a U.S. missionary, were killed in a vehicle smash-up in neighboring Suriname as they made their way to the capital Paramaribo yesterday. One of the dead men has been identified as Apostle Patrick Tulsi of the Stream of Living Water Fellowship Church of Cornelia Ida, West Coast Demerara. The other accident victim has been identified as American pastor Apostle Tim Manning. Reports out of Suriname about the crash have been sketchy, but news source understands that the two men were on their way to the Surinamese capital yesterday morning when their car PVV 3080, a Toyota Ram, collided with a truck that was heading in the opposite direction. The car spun out of control and toppled several times before coming to a stop at the side of the roadway. The two men were pulled from the mangled wreck, but were both pronounced dead on the spot. Surinamese police are investigating the incident. A 25-year-old pork knocker from the Diamond community was this morning charged with the murder of his brother-in-law. During his appearance before Magistrate Judy Latchman, the accused Anthony King was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge. He is accused of murdering Justin Peterkin and has been remanded to jail. The court was told that on the 5th of November at Golden Grove Scheme East Bank, Demerara, King murdered Peterkin by using a hammer and chopper to cut through the man's neck. On the day of the incident, King and Peterkin were at the home of King's sister. Peterkin was involved in a relationship with the sister, and the two men were known to each other. The woman was not at home at the time, but neighbors said it appeared as though King went berserk and attacked the older man. A neighbor who witnessed the incident gave chase behind the accused as he left the scene and was able to contact the police in the area, and they were able to arrest him. The matter will continue in court later this month. Police investigators in Linden have arrested a 44-year-old man after he allegedly engaged in sexual activity with a 6-year-old girl. The man, Selwyn Lancaster, was taken into police custody on Tuesday night after the mother of the child filed a police complaint against him. The alleged incident reportedly took place at the home of the child's mother. According to reports, Lancaster is friends with the mother of the child and would frequent the family's home. On the day in question, it is alleged that he visited the home, and after having a conversation with the mother in the yard where she was doing chores, he made his way into the house and the veranda area where the 6-year-old girl and the 10-year-old sibling were playing. It was there that Lancaster allegedly exposed himself to the younger child and reportedly placed his penis to the child's mouth. Sources familiar with the details of the mother's complaint explained to News Source that the older child witnessed the incident and went to the mother with a complaint. By the time the mother hurried into the house, the man had already left. The shocked and confused woman immediately called in the police, and Lancaster was arrested the same night. And finally tonight, Trinidad and Tobago opposition leader and former Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessor believes that as Guyana moves into the oil production field, the country should put in place a national development policy to ensure real benefits from the sector. Mrs. Persad-Bissessor spoke last evening at the awards ceremony of the Guyana Manufacturers and Services Association. She highlighted Trinidad's experience and many of the lessons learned in the oil industry.
So you need a framework legislatively that is essential to ensure that multinationals contribute adequately to the development of Guyana, even as they invest and benefit. At the moment, you're going into the multinationals are the ones coming in to find your oil for you and to produce that oil. So you must have proper legislative arrangements in place, that it will not be just purely exploitative. You don't want to end up into a different kind of slavery.
Trinidad and Tobago is the only country within CARICOM currently involved in oil production. Guyana discovered oil 3 years ago, and estimates currently put that discovery at more than 4 billion barrels. The former Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister said securing the sector will be important.
Oil is not infinite, it's a finite resource. In other words, it will finish. I mean, it's like a mango tree. No, the mango tree will bear mango, the seeds will make more trees and more mangoes. That might be infinite. But the oil and gas is definitely finite. So you could get output shocks where your production levels fall for one reason or the other. The second shock that you can get, price shocks. And price In the geopolitical scenarios that we have now, your price can be $100 per barrel today, and tomorrow it could be $9 per barrel. It's a totally uncertain set of circumstances over which you or me or we have no control.
Just yesterday, the government of Guyana announced a hold on any new license for oil exploration. That suspension might remain in place for the next 2 years as other companies that were previously granted license get down to work. Guyana should see first oil in 2020. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to go out and vote on Monday.